Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear fellows, today I deliver lecture number 11 on Companies Act 2017. So in this lecture I mainly discuss the share capital, its nature and share certificates. So first of all I start with the word share capital. That what is share capital? Share capital is the money a company raises by issuing common or preferred stock, and the share capital is reported by the company in its balance sheet in the shareholders equity section. So it is evident from the definition of the share capital that it is the money which the company raises by issuing the common or the preferred stock. So once the company issues the stock, then in its subsequent effect the company generates revenue for itself. And why we claim this share capital in the shareholders equity section? The answer is this, that it can be deemed and treated as the property of the shareholder. Now I look into the wires of Companies Act 2017, and firstly we start with section 60, which deals with the numbering of shares. It provides that every share in a company shall be distinguished by its distinctive number. So it is classified under first part of section 60 that the share need to be distinguished by its distinctive number, means to say that every share need to be numbered properly by the management of the company in accordance with the process of its issuance. And if the share is not properly numbered in the share certificate, then consequently the company face dire consequences in this regard. And very next to this proviso provides the exception to this journal clause of section 60, which provides that nothing in this section shall apply to a share held by a person whose name is entered as holder of beneficial interest in such share in the records of central depository system. So in the simple word, it is provided that in case if the name is entered as the holder of the beneficial interest, then the requirement which is deemed as the mandatory requirement of the numbering of the shares would not be applicable in this case. Now further we move towards the nature of the shares. In this respect, section 61 of the Companies Act 2017 provides direction. It provides that the share or securities of any movable of any member in a company shall be deemed as the movable property and transferable in the manner provided by articles of the company. So first thing is clear from section 61 that the share is to be treated as the movable property, and it can be transferred in a way as mechanized under the articles of the company. Now we discussed so far about the shares. How shares can be claimed? Shares can be claimed under the share certificate as maintained and regulated by the company under the Companies Act 2017. And for share certificate, we look into the wires of section 62, which provides the nature of the share certificate. It provides that a certificate, if issued in the physical form under the common seal of a company, and it should have to specify the shares held by any person or shares held in any central depository system, shall be considered as prima facie evidence of title of the person. So it is not incorrect to state, in consideration of the wires as stated under section 62, that the share certificate determines the title, determines the ownership of its holder, and this is the thing on the basis of which reliance can be placed by the member regarding its claim, regarding its ownership. So shortly we have discussed in this lecture the share certificate, its nature, and the process of as need to be followed for the share capital. So the share is having its own sanctity, having its own worth in the structure of the company. It classifies the ownership of all the shareholders, and it could only be possible if these shares are properly issued by the company in a regulated manner as provided by the Companies Act 2017. So dear fellows, I hope that you learned about the share capital and the share certificate in this lecture. Keep in touch with me for further lectures as well. Thank you very much, and my number is given at the bottom of this page. You may contact anytime. Allah Hafiz.